Imagine trying to buy your morning coffee with a goat. Sounds crazy, right? But that's pretty much how trade started thousands of years ago. Fast forward to today, and most of our money isn't even physical anymore. It's just numbers on a screen, or even lines of code on a blockchain. In this video, we're going on a whirlwind tour through 5,000 years of trade history, from seashells to digital coins. Let's dive in. Before money existed, people used the barter system. It was simple. You trade goods directly. A farmer might give a sack of wheat to a shoemaker in exchange for a new pair of shoes. It worked, but it had a huge problem. The double coincidence of wants. Both people had to want exactly what the other person was offering at the same time. Imagine trying to trade a boat for bread. You'd need to find a baker who needs a boat right now. It was slow, inconvenient, and often frustrating. This constant headache pushed humanity to find a better, more universal way to exchange value. Around 600 BC in ancient Lydia, which is modern-day Turkey, a brilliant invention appeared. The first metal coins, made from a natural gold and silver alloy. These coins solved the barter problem almost overnight. They were easy to carry, durable, and simple to count. Each coin was stamped with a symbol, like a lion's head or a king's mark. This wasn't just for decoration, it was a guarantee of the coin's weight and purity, which built trust and standardized trade. Soon, civilizations from Greece and Rome to India and China started minting their own coins. Money was no longer just a tool for trade. It became a symbol of value, power, and identity. Now, let's fast forward to 7th century China during the Tang dynasty. Merchants were getting tired of lugging around heavy bags of coins for large transactions. Their solution? They started using promissory notes, essentially IOUs, that could be traded like money. This was the ancestor of paper money. By the 11th century, during the Song dynasty, China became the first government in the world to issue true paper currency. When traders from the Middle East and Europe encountered it along the Silk Road, they were skeptical. Even the famous explorer Marco Polo had to describe it in detail to convince Europeans it was on just some fancy piece of paper. As global trade boomed, carrying large sums of money, whether coin or paper, became incredibly risky. This is where banks entered the picture. The first modern banks emerged in Renaissance Italy, with families like the Medici in Florence revolutionizing finance. Banks offered a safe place to store money and introduced concepts like loans and credit. For a long time, currencies were backed by a physical commodity, most famously under the gold standard. This meant you could, in theory, exchange your paper money for a fixed amount of gold. But in the 20th century, governments moved to fiat money currency that isn't backed by a physical asset, but by trust in the government that issues it. Around the same time, the rise of computers began the final shift, turning money from a physical object into digital information. From here, the pace of change only got faster. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this journey through the history of money fascinating, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.